Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Baker and today I'll be teaching you two important concepts from Unit 3, Functions. The two topics I'll cover are evaluating functions and transformations of functions. I'll explain each concept and work through an example step by step. Concept number 1. Evaluating functions. A function is a rule that takes an input, usually represented by the variable x, and produces exactly one output. Evaluating a function means finding the output for a specific input by submitting the given value into the function. Here's my example. Fx equals 2x2 minus 3x plus 1. Let's find f4. The first step is to replace every x with 4. So I have f4 equals 2 parenthesis 4 squared. 3 parenthesis 4 plus 1. Next, I calculate the exponent. 4 squared equals 16. Now I substitute the value. 2 times 16 minus 12 plus 1. Now I multiply. 32 minus 12 plus 1. Finally, I simplify. 20 plus 1 equals 21. So if f parenthesis 4 equals 21, the important thing to remember is to replace every occurrence of the variable with given number and then following the order of operations carefully. Number 2, let's talk about transformation of functions. Now let's talk about transformations of functions. A transformation changes the position, shape, or direction of a graph. We'll use the parent function. Here's my example. Y equals x squared. As our starting point, first let's look at y equals x squared plus 3. Adding 3 moves the graph up 3 units. Every point on the graph shifts upward, so the vertex moves from 0, 0 to 0, 3. Next, we have to consider y equals x minus 2 squared. Subtracting 2 inside the parentheses shifts the graph 2 units to the right. The vertex moves from 0, 0 to 2, 0. Now let's look at y equals negative x squared. The negative sign reflects the graph across the x-axis. Instead of opening upward, the parabola opens downward. Finally, we have to consider y equals 2x squared. Multiplying by 2 creates a vertical stretch. The parabola becomes narrower because all of the y values are doubled. Understanding these basic transformations makes it so much easier to graph more. Today, we learned how to evaluate functions by substituting a value into the equation and simplifying using the order of operations. We also learned how different transformations change the graph of a parent function by shifting, reflecting, or stretching it. These are important skills because they help us understand how functions behave and how their graphs relate to their equations. Thank you for watching my presentation.